Do you make New Year's resolutions that by mid-January are already kaput? There's got to be a better way, right? I want to share with you what I do now and what I've been doing the last few years. It's called 1% to Infinity, and it actually works. So don't go anywhere. You'll want to try this for 2022.
They're back. ProCare Health's customer favorite calcium dark chocolate bars are now available online at procarenow.com. Creamy chocolate plus calcium and vitamin D. You'll love them. Use code Susan10 to save 10%.
Hi, I'm registered dietitian nutritionist Dr. Susan Mitchell. You're listening to the Bariatric Surgery Success podcast, episode number 78. I'm so happy you've connected with me. I created Bariatric Surgery Success to provide you with life-changing information every single week, but always based on science, so that you would have simple strategies and you would have tools to help you be successful all along your journey and your transformation. I'm so glad you're listening. I'm sitting at my desk. I'm taking a few minutes to reflect on this past year. Wow, so much has changed due to COVID, and the stress has just been incredible. Not just worldwide, but for our personal lives too, right? At the end of every December, I used to make out a long written list of goals for each area of my life: work, health, relationships. But I found that I was always disappointed when life got in my way, and these goals rarely became reality. Are you with me? Then a few years ago, I attended a work conference, and I heard about this concept called 1% to Infinity. This concept is what I use now, and it works. Let me tell you about it so you can apply it too. And the good news, it's free, so no money involved. Just you. Okay, let me explain. 1% to Infinity means you do something every day from now on that makes you better or improves you in some tiny way or moves you forward 1% with your plans and your dreams. 1% every day. Now that's small, right? It's tiny, but it's mighty. 1% to Infinity focuses on today only. It could be as tiny as taking all of your bariatric supplements today or eating 20 grams of protein at breakfast. Boom, improvement already. And it builds and builds 1% at a time with minimum effort day after day. Best of all, it works. You know those days when it's just not happening no matter what? Well, 1% to Infinity still works as it takes such a small effort on your part and such little time. Maybe it's as simple as putting your food on a nice plate and sitting at the table to eat. My husband often pours my breakfast smoothie into a pretty glass instead of my to-go mug. It takes all of 30 seconds, but it really brightens my day. It's special and an improvement from my old mug. What has someone done for you that comes to mind right now that didn't take any time but made you feel special or moved you forward in something you're working on? Over the last couple of years, I shared this concept with a lot of other professionals as we talk about time management in a crazy, fast-paced world. It's hard to see progress with big projects looming over you, but when you make a 1% effort daily, it's amazing at what gets done over time, and it's not the least bit overwhelming. 10 or 15 minutes a day on a course you're writing or a presentation that's coming up. 5 or 10 minutes to make a grocery list so you'll have food in the house. 5 or 6 minutes to walk to the mailbox or go up and down a flight of steps. Tiny yet mighty. As the year rolls to an end, it's necessary to pause, to take a minute or several for that matter, and look back. Remember, reflect, ask yourself questions about your life, what you love, what needs a tweak here and there. Be honest with yourself too. Reflection is one way we heal and we move forward to a better self and life. I recently read a New York Times opinion piece by Tish Harrison Warren who said, and I quote, Reflection is how we make space to heal and grow, to receive God's work in and through the raw material of our lives. It's the time needed for the quiet seeds hidden in the hard soil of the past 2 years to begin to sprout. Give yourself this gift of reflection as we wrap up 2021 and we prepare to move into 2022. As you reflect, think about 1% to infinity. And instead of New Year's goals that never come to fruition, decide to make 1% to infinity a part of your life now and every day from now on. And I want to hear about your successes. Well, we're just a few days away from 2022. So be sure and sign up now from our weekly Breaking Down Nutrition newsletter. I want you to always be the first to know about freebies and courses and product discounts and, of course, the latest podcast episode. Super easy to sign up on my homepage, breakingdownnutrition.com. And while you're on the homepage, if you're not in the private Facebook group, really think about joining in with us. The Bariatric Surgery Success community is a good one. It's private. You can talk about what's on your mind. You can ask questions. You can rant if you need to. You'll see the join button on the homepage. I hope you'll join me this year. Let's go into 2022 together, practicing 1% to infinity. Why? You're worth it.
Bariatric Surgery Success with dietitian Dr. Susan Mitchell is produced and owned by Practicalories, LLC, all rights reserved. Remember, the content provided on this podcast is for information purposes only and doesn't create a patient-provider relationship. It's intended to provide reference material and is not designed to provide medical advice. Please consult your healthcare provider regarding any medical issues you have relating to symptoms, conditions, diseases, diagnosis, treatments, and side effects. Podcast guests express their own opinions, experience, and conclusions which do not necessarily reflect or agree with the host, Dr. Susan Mitchell or Practicalories, LLC.